Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see a man who's been in charge for more than a decade, Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions, as they match up with Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. With that, let's head over to the space city of Houston. Standing by at NRG Stadium, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here are the Lions. Number 9, Matthew Stafford under center. And working with a new offensive coordinator this year who has said we are a running team. Not something you hear much nowadays, so it remains to be seen what that will mean for Stafford's numbers in 2019.
Set! 180!
Yeah, let's get set.
They go play action here on first down. And that's complete to Jesse James. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Detroit.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, here's Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. And now the offense for Detroit.
Running back Kerryon Johnson was drafted out of Auburn in the second round of 2018 to become the Detroit Lions' lead running back, something they haven't had in a long time. In fact, in 2018, he ran for over 100 yards in a game in September, the first Lions back over 100 yards since Reggie Bush on Thanksgiving Day in 2013. They're hoping that continues, and he'll be the three-down runner that they've been seeking.
Back to the air, Stafford on second down. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's a gain of 6, and it's third down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Throwing again is Stafford. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans.
Good work,
Deshaun Watson ready to lead the Texans offense, coming off a great turnaround season in 2018. Remember, 2 years ago, he missed much of his rookie campaign with a knee injury, but he led the Texans to an 11-5 record and an AFC South title last year. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller gets through, and now an opening. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Watson. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Watson. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
This is set. 19. 51 to Mike. Hey, watch your leg. Let's go.
Now the 3rd year back out of Texas, D'Onta Foreman. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And it's now 3-0 Texans. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 34. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Many times as we open a game, we talk about guys who are drafted in the first round, but how about the undrafted players? In this case, safety Tashawn Gibson, who's made the most of his time in the NFL, becoming a starter in the league, and since 2012 has 20 interceptions, the most for undrafted players in that time frame.
Ready, lady. Check 41. Here we go, D, get off the field. Here we go.
On second down, Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Third and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Face mask. Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Faking the give. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Good set. Good 18. Out, here we go. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the Hey, let's go.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Watson's pass complete to Will Fuller. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. Off of play action, it's Watson. And an alley to run. Sliding out of the pocket. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
A first down carry now for Miller. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Man left. Even. 4th down. Even.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Let's go. Kill.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. To the right side, complete to Miller. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. First carry here for Taiwan Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw is Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit him quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touch. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Texans will add on to their lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that one, a 13-play drive in total. And it was finished off by Deontay Foreman on the touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Now Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
Let's go, baby.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
All day, every day, any day.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he finds Danny Amendola.
Here we go.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To the air again, Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, it's Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Stafford. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. To throw is Stafford. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. They've got the lead. They haven't really had to utilize him all that much so far, but I guess if you're winning on the scoreboard, not too much to complain about.
Not at all, but you know those guys out wide, they want as many catches as they can possibly get. They may need him later on if things get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 27. A run by Foreman to start the drive. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. Catch here, left side, Thomas. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 30, the 20. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 70 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Running from the gun, Johnson. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Johnson on the counter. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
On 1st down, Watson, and that is incomplete here. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On 1st down, it's Watson. Going deep this time for Miller. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
On second down, here's Miller. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Watson to throw on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Watson's pass, incomplete. Intended for QT. Sets up fourth down.
The Texans send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 34.
What we got?
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, here's Stafford. The left side completion to Jones.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Stafford, and that's knocked away and incomplete. Covers that time by Aaron Colvin.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. Looking downfield, that's caught at the 25. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So on 4th down, a big-time completion, and the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. The throw over the middle taken in. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Watch the whip.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Stafford. That's complete right around the 8. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal.
Johnson. He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Get set. 19. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's first and 10 at the 19-yard line. Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From the gun, here's Watson. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. So here come the Lions now. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 26. After the interception, here's Stafford. That escapes the sack. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, very smart play right there. Pocket collapsing around him. Love the way he moved around a little bit and avoided the sack.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Come get some. Come behind.
To throw again. Stafford over the middle. It's Amendola. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Stafford on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job 1. Now they have to convert, and then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard and the time left on the clock, as you noted? So many things to go through.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. 5 plays there on that drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go. He's crafty. He's checking crafty.
Caught left side, Hopkins. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Watson. And that will be incomplete.
You don't want no problems. You don't want no problems with me.
And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. On the return, here's Agnew. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Lions will take over. So Stafford and the Lions now down by 5, a little over 80 ticks to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stafford. James has got it. Complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now it's Stafford. Amendola's got it, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Stafford. And his pass incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Back to throw. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap, came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
All right, they picked up yardage, but they've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it. They've got one timeout left, want to save it.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Stafford now to throw. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. So now Stafford will bring up the Lions, and they'll go for 2. Stafford looks to throw again. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. One last throw here for Watson. He'll buy some time right. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Houston, good night, everybody.